They're putting gas in my pickup truck, and here come old Ben come out the gas station. You know, he's with overalls on, toothpick in his mouth. And all of a sudden I says, Ben, what's wrong with your dog? He looks back at Cecil. Arr! Arr! Ben looked at me and said, oh, Al, ain't nothing wrong with Cecil. He's just like most people. He's just laying on a nail, and he's just very comfortable, and he won't move. Arr! Can't stay at my job. Arr! Can't stay the people I work with. Arr! But won't move off the nail. You know, people like that always complain and jaw jack and they won't do anything to move. You know what I'm talking about? Woo! You know something funny about a job? I'm going to get really crazy tonight. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling my moves tonight. You know what? Let me tell you something about a job. They pay you just enough to stop you from quitting, right? Have y'all figured that out yet? And then you do just enough to stop them from firing you. And you figure that? And every time they give you a raise, it's actually a demotion because they take out more in taxes. Wow. Excel, let me share with you what I did in Excel. My first 2 weeks, I brought 45 reps in the business, 45 customers on, and over 14 reps in this business in my first 2 weeks. Now I've got over 1,500 plus personal customers. There's a guy in California a little bit better than I am. He's got over 20,000 in a year and a half. And I can't understand people say, I can't get a customer. You got your button on? No. See, there's 4 things you need to have to be successful in this business. Let me give you to it real quick. Number 1, you need a smile. I know I'm not going to approach anybody that looks like they ate a sour dill pickle. Number 2, you need your button on. Open, open. Do anybody know what you're doing without your button on? Do like Flipper. Start wearing it. Number 3, you need a pen. And number 4, you need to sign people up with your switch forms or change over forms. That's all it is. I tell people it's a 4-step. It's called STP. First of all, you got to see the people. Hi there. You got to show the people. And once you show them, I guarantee some of this happened to you all. You shock the people. It's too good to be real. And number 4, you sign the people. And that's how simple this program's all. It is real simple. Let me share with what happened to me. I went out and started working with 3 people. And then they go help them get their 3 people. Let me demonstrate to you what I've done in Excel real quickly. 1, 2, 3. Stand up for a second. Watch this. Some of you are going to miss it right here. Come on, come on, come on. Real quick. Curly, Larry, and Mo. Okay, go. Great. Just 3 people. Watch how simple this is. See, some of y'all trying to get everybody. Remember now, there's a whole bunch of Cecils out there. Oh! Now, always stand up. That didn't tell you to sit down. Golly, I thought you... Okay. Now watch this. All I want them to do is watch how simple it is. To get there, what, 3? So 3 times 3 is what, 9? 1, 2, 3 rows. Stand up. Watch this. They got their 3. Now watch this. Come on. 3 rows. Stand. Read my lips. 1, 2. Okay. Now how many people am I dealing with? 3. And I want those 3 to get their 3, which is going to be what, 27? The next 5 rows. Stand up. Watch this. Now how many people Al Thomas dealing with? 3. God, this thing is so simple. Then those 27 get their 3, which is going to be 81. The back side and this whole side over here stand up, which is going to be 81. Come on, real quick, come on. How many people am I dealing with? 3. 81 times 3 is going to be what, 243? This side and this side stand up over here. Then those 3 get their 3. That's going to be what? 720. Listen, after you do that, start another group of 3, another group of 3, another group of 3. Give yourselves a hand and have a seat. That is how you make this program work. Groups of 3s. God, it's so easy. And once you do that, before you know it, your packages of downline printout will be like mine. They'll come in 2 big, huge packages every month. That's powerful. That is powerful. My downline report last month had over 8,000 new reps. 30 days period. There's a couple things that I figure stop people from getting this program. There's a couple things that stop people. Is people's false pride. False pride. Let me demonstrate. One of my friends is a doctor. You ever know those people that got more education? Some people got more degrees than a thermometer, but ain't got no money? Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a college degree. Don't get me wrong. But what did it get a lot of us? You said broke. Okay, I'm sorry. Unemployed, right? They lied to us about Christmas. They lied to us about the Easter Bunny. They lied to us about education. Right? Have they lied to us? And all of a sudden, here's my doctor friend. He's so educated. But his false pride said, I won't do it. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. I tried for 2 months. But I kept hearing the same old thing. I'm a doctor. 3 weeks ago, he lost his house. Because his false pride, because he's a doctor. So last time I saw him, I said, what do you tell everybody in the neighborhood? You moved out? But false pride stops so many people from succeeding in this Excel business, no matter how simple it is. The gentleman that brought me in is really extremely happy that he brought me in. See, most people figure out they're just too good to do this program. Well, I'm a PhD. I'm a professor. I said, that's interesting. Most professors I know got tendered in. They're full-time students. And let me ask you a question. Is there any bankers in the deal? He's smart. Now, let me ask you a question. If most bankers, if they knew how to think about making money, would they be bankers? Think about it. But he's a smart man because you know what? It takes one to go get the rest of them. Most of them won't do the deal because of false pride. But I'm going to share something with you. Most people think this is a pyramid. I was in the restaurant a few minutes ago, and guys, I said, you in here for this deal? He goes, yes, sir. I said, is this a pyramid deal? He goes, it is? See, what we think of as a pyramid. If I went around the room and asked the first-time people, what do you think of a pyramid? You say, well, Al, let me tell you the expression of a pyramid. It's all the little people on the bottom getting burned, the guy on the top making all the money. And I describe that, oh, you like your job? Am I hitting home a little bit? It's a pyramid deal down there. What is a pyramid? Every month as you sit down and write your check out to your insurance agent, do you realize he gets to slice your check every month? If he sees you or not? Also, there's also somebody with the whole office called the GA, or the general agent, gets to slice your check. And I guarantee you may not see him or her. She's on the golf course most of the time. Person of the whole city, the whole state, vice president, president, the same thing holds true in long distance, but you and I have never been exposed. There's no difference whatsoever. All we're doing is changing the label. That's all we're doing. And I'm going to tell you something. That's how people are. And everybody has bad days in Excel. It hasn't been all a bed of roses for me when I got in. It's been 3.5 years later, and I'm still working Excel business. See, when I got in Excel, I had a goal for myself. I'll say I'll give it 5 years, and I'll work this program. I don't care what my sister, my brother, my bow-legged uncle says, and everybody else say. I'm going to work this program. Because, see, I know some of you have been in another program 4 years ago. They laughed at you. 2 years ago, another program. This year's the Excel deal, and they're still laughing at you. It's okay. They know no better. They know, and they won't do anything. They're just, oh, Cecil's out there. Always complain about what you're doing, and it's not going to work. Let me give you 5 things that I think is going to really bless your business. 5 things. Write them down if you have a pen and paper. 5 things that I think is going to really bless your business. Number 1, you've got to be persistent. You've got to be persistent. You cannot stop. When I started Excel, I said I was going to give it 5 years. I was going to be persistent for 5 years. No matter what, I'm going to keep going and not look back. I'll tell you a story. A gentleman came in my program. I finally got him after 2 years. He laughed at me for 2 years. 2 years he laughed at me. 2 whole solid years. And one day I saw his car at the floor shop. And I made a U-turn, parked my car half a block away. And I kind of walked down the street real slow so I'd bump into him. And when I got him in I saw him that day coming out of the floor shop. And I told him, I said, let me share with you the Excel program. He says, Al, if you're still at it, I'm going to look at it now. This gentleman finally went on and put over 1,500 people in my program since he's been in Excel. But what if I gave up? See, most of us hear the word no, we go, oh. As adults, we fall all apart, don't we? No's okay. There's 2 things that happen when I hear no. No, I don't understand. Or no, the time is bad. Let me demonstrate with a child here when the child hears the word no.